Hi, welcome back. This is Miguel Gulen for TCA.org. Thanks for watching this video. As you may have been watching some of the other videos in this series about Microsoft Teams, I want to encourage you to check out a lot of the changes that have taken place in the OneNote app. As you may have seen, I still use OneNote Desktop, or what was known as OneNote 2016, and it works great. I really enjoy using OneNote 2016. For me, it's a must-have program and to take advantage of. But earlier this summer, I decided to try OneNote app. And the reason why is that OneNote has been enhanced. We've seen a lot of really neat changes. And I don't know if you can see it on this particular picture, but over here down the left-hand side, we've got this very nice interface, and the OneNote app has been getting just tons of updates. And I think I've referred to it as being sort of turbocharged. And you can actually come in and this is a blog entry I wrote for TCA that reflects some of the changes, the redesigned interface, new navigation panes, very easy search functionality, as well as class notebook integration. So I wanted to just quickly show you what that looks like and how it might work from the Teams perspective. But before we do that, I've got to tell you that if you have OneNote Desktop and the OneNote app, here's the OneNote app, on your device, you might see a little bit of conflict between these two different versions of OneNote. Now, the OneNote 2016 enjoys this, full featured look. It has tons of features. You can record audio as well as video, where in the OneNote app you can only record audio at this point. You've got the draw tools, and they're pretty straightforward, pretty much the same. You've got your history, and some of these items appear in different places. Immersive Reader is also available if you've installed it, and then if you've taken advantage of OneTastic, which if you have OneNote Desktop, you definitely want to get OneTastic because it lets you do tons of great things. Then that's something that you could look at. Compare that look to the OneNote app, and you can start to see, oh my gosh, this is so much easier. It looks very straightforward, and I'm able to just quickly get to work. Insert, not a lot. There's the audio, no video. You can draw as well, and there are different options for drawing, and so you can sort of play around with this and see that there's a lot. There's also ink to shape, and you can just draw a circle kind of roughly, and it will make it into a perfect circle. It's very straightforward and simple. You can see here I don't have a lot of choices for page templates, while if I were to go into OneNote, I have tons of page templates. I can just come in and that should pop up over here on my right hand side, and I'll see a variety of page templates. So you can also hide your authors. See how it's last been modified by MG. That's me. If I click on hide authors, those go away. And then this notebook actually lives in the cloud. It lives in a OneDrive or SharePoint account, depending on how you created it, what user account you used to put it together. Now, but what happens is that we usually encounter these two items sort of fighting each other, OneNote app versus OneNote 2016. And sometimes I think it would be easy just to go and use the OneNote app because it does so much. A little bit of the functionality that I'm missing, though, is I'd like to be able to right click on a picture and choose copy text from picture, and that would allow me to quickly just paste in content of that particular picture if there was any text in it. Can't do that yet in the OneNote app, so for me that's a must-have feature, so I'm not going to use it as much as I'm probably going to end up using OneNote 2016. But there may be times when you're setting up and you really don't need all that functionality. Let's say that you're in Microsoft Teams and you or your students are, and you want them to be able to interact with this, not just through a web interface, which is OneNote Online. So you can click on Open in Desktop, and right now if I click on Open in Desktop, it's going to take me to this version of this class notebook. And so it looks very much the same, but I may not need all this functionality. So how can I work with that? So um, what I can do is choose Open in Desktop, and um, when I click on Open in Desktop, right now it goes straight to OneNote 2016. So how do I change that? One way to change that is to actually change your default settings. Um, so if I come down here and I'm going to just go into Cortana and type in default, you'll see that I have default app settings, and it's going to give me a list of all my default settings. And if I come down to choose default apps by protocol and I click on that, it is going to give me a list of all the apps on my device. And down the left, down just right down here, I can scroll down. Hope you're not getting too dizzy looking at all the scrolling going on here. And what I'm looking for is my OneNote. Right now, you can see that OneNote URL, that means Uniform Resource Locator, and that's what you click on when you click on Edit in Desktop. It's actually going to put that in into OneNote 2016. So if I wanted to change that and instead have it to go to my OneNote app, I just click on it and choose OneNote, and now I've changed that default setting on my computer. And again, I can come down here and see it's not going to let me change that, but the URL OneNote protocol will take me straight to here. So let me go ahead and just close that, and let's keep our fingers crossed. And if I go to Microsoft Teams and click on Open in Desktop, what I want to see happen is that it's not going to go into OneNote 2016. It's actually going to go into my OneNote app. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Open in Desktop. And as you can see, what's happening is that it's defaulted to the free OneNote app, and it's going to invite me to sign in. Right now I'm using a free Microsoft account with my OneNote account, but OneNote can handle multiple kinds of accounts. So I'm going to type in my Office 365 account. I'm going to select work or school account, and hopefully it'll ask me work or school account, and then I'll enter my top secret password and sign in. And now what should start to happen is that it's going to actually load or open up Mr. Goulin's writing workshop notebook right here in the free OneNote app that's available on my Windows 10 machine. It's also free on your Mac, on your iPad, Android, etc. So this is the free app, and the free app does quite a bit, and I know that Microsoft continues to enhance it and is working on it. See how fast that was? I don't know if you've watched the previous videos, but it pulled them right in. And as I look up here, I see I have Home, Insert, Draw, and View, but what I don't see is Class Notebook. So let me go to my settings. I'm just going to come over here to the top right hand corner, those three little dots, click on Settings, and choose Options. And when I do that, I'll see that I have sync notebooks automatically. That's good. I want those any changes I make on a notebook in front of me synced up to the cloud. Then I have sync all files and images. Yes, I want to pull all that information. And then one of my other options is class notebook tools. And when I turn that on, that should give me another option up here for class notebook. I also have experimental features. Sure, let's live dangerously. Let's turn that on. And now I've adjusted my settings. I don't know if you can see it, but a class notebook has popped up. So when I click on class notebook, now I can come in and I have these options here. There's distribute the page. If I want to send a copy of maybe my notes for you out to my students, I only put in 2 just for fun. I can also distribute a new section. I can review student work, which we're going to take a look at really quick. Create class notebook, add remove students, add remove teachers, and then manage notebooks would actually take me to the web. So I would be able to work on the settings for this particular class notebook via the web interface. So for fun, let's go ahead and just create a new page, and I'm going to call this assignment number 1. You know what? I probably should put this in my content library so that students can go in and grab it. So let me put here, this is actually the section, and I'm just going to get rid of that. So here's assignment number 1, and let's make it concept map. Now I need to go on the web and just quickly find a concept map template. That one looks pretty straightforward. Just going to copy that and see if I can just paste it over into my OneNote. There it is. Notice that the citation came along with it. I'm going to just remove that for right now. And now what I can do is, this is an assignment that so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and now that I have that assignment done, let me rename that section to assignments. Okay. And the next step is really just to distribute that page. I want it to go to all of my students. And as I look at my students, I have class notes, handouts, and quizzes. So I'm going to send it to handouts. So I'm going to just right click on that, and you can see I have these delete page, rename page, copy link to page, and all these other things. But for our purposes, we're going to use the class notebook tab. I'm going to click on distribute page, and it's going to say, where do you want to distribute this page to? And so it has this question over here, and I'm going to say handouts. I'm going to click on distribute. Unable to complete the request. Well, please try again. Let me close that real quick, and let me make sure that this is done syncing. Okay, it's done syncing. Let me try that again. Distribute the page. I'm going to send it to the handouts, distribute. Unfortunately, it's not letting me do that at this particular time. But I have done it successfully before, and not sure why it's not doing it at the moment. Let me try a different area. No, it's not going. Okay, well, it does work. Although not in this particular video, so we can give it one more shot. Nope. Okay, well, crashed and burned on that one. But that is exactly how you would do it, and it will push that information out, and then you'd be all set to go. Students would each have a copy, would have a copy of that. And it looks like it did work, it just said it didn't. Let me check my other student that I have here. Yeah, didn't like student 31, but student 22 received it 3 times. So I'm just going to get rid of that one. So I'm guessing there's something going on with TCA student 31, and I suspect it may be that student hasn't logged in, or maybe one of something like that. So let's look at this from the student's perspective. I'm going to open up a another browser, and I'm going to go to teams.microsoft.com, and I'm going to log in as TCA student. Let me go quickly check to see what that number is. 22. 22 at, okay, I'm going to sign in as that particular student. And before, we've actually seen the teacher's perspective, the teacher view. Now we're going to take a quick look at the student view of Microsoft Teams. There's the class notebook. See, I've got a little bit different interface. It's giving me this sort of walkthrough. And now I have the conversations. And if I go into class notebook, there's the welcome class notebook. And looks like I would have to edit this in Microsoft OneNote to get access to more content. So that would be a bit of a problem since I'm already logged in. So I may have to do this on a different computer. But you get the idea that here is the assignment number 1. And now as a student, what I can do is actually come in, log in, or let me see, and I'd fill that in. Let me go ahead and so as you can see, it's pretty straightforward if you have a touch device. If you were doing this on an iPad or a Surface tablet or any kind of tablet, you'd certainly be able to write on the screen and do that. Lots of different options, again, available here for you. So just a quick overview. We'll have to investigate what's wrong with student 31 and find out why it's not allowing us to distribute that particular assignment. If you're willing to, come along with me on just one more try. Distribute the page, and I'm going to drop it into handouts and then click on distribute. And hey, it looks like it worked. That one was distributed. It worked fine. If I go back to handouts for student 31, there's assignments number 2. So there was something wrong there. I'm not sure what it was that caused that problem. Thanks for watching this video. I appreciate you sticking with me all this time and looking at all this, and hopefully we'll find each other on Twitter. You can reach me at twitter.com/mgulen. I also want to encourage you to check out the TCEA Twitter account. It looks like this. Lots of great information is shared at TCEA. And then, of course, the TCA blog has lots of great information about Microsoft tips and tricks. Or if you're just curious about some of the blog entries that I've written, you can go ahead and jump in and look at those there. So again, thanks for watching, and take care.